Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Urban Influencer Soul on Soul with Finesse, our chat discussion with some of our indie artists, some of our favorite indie artists. And today, I have one of my favorites. You know, we're going to take a trip to Philly because when we go to Philly, we get to see the Rocky Stadium statue, we get the 76ers, we get the Philadelphia Flyers, we get all the stuff that's good with Philadelphia. But more importantly, what you folks don't understand is we get that Philly sound. We're going to find out what that Philly sound is because today my special guest is none other than Toy Taha. What's going on, Toy? How are you?
How are you? Thank you so much for having me, Finesse. It's good to see you again.
Oh, of course, of course. So, for the folks that are watching us on the Urban Influencer channel on YouTube, let everyone know who Toy is and how you got started in the music business.
So Toy is a singer, songwriter, vocalist, arranger. I first got my start about 10 years ago with my promotional project that I released that gained a pretty good amount of recognition, which was called I Am Woman. And then I just released my new project, which was an EP called Eight. So I am based in Philly, born in Philly, and that's who Toy is.
All right. So what a lot of people don't understand is Philly has its own sound and its own movement. Can you kind of explain what the Philly sound is?
Philly sound, I would just say, is soulful. It's rooted deep in soul and very melodic and full of heart and spirit. And I have so many who came before me that really were inspirations as far as that Philly soul. And I'm just hoping that I can keep it going.
Well, talk about some of those examples from the Philly sound and Philly soul. Who were some of those folks that came out of there?
Oh, we're talking Teddy P. Um, so many. Even back to Billie Holiday, Phyllis Hyman, who was a great inspiration of mine. There's Music Soul Child, Kindred Family, The Soul. I'm sorry, Kindred Family Soul. And Jasmine Sullivan, Jill Scott. It's the list goes on and on.
And for us hip hop heads, we got the Roots, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Steady B and all those folks like that, because it's still part of the soul. Hip hop is part of soul as well. And I can't forget Gamble and Huff. Shout out to Gamble and Huff. Daryl Hall, my man Daryl Hall as well.
Yeah.
So some great examples of soul music coming out of Philly. What is it about Philly and that sound captures your emotion in your writing and in your singing? What is it about that sound you want people to know?
I just want people to know that it's honest, it's real, and it comes from a place of true soul. And I think that that's the same for all of the Philly artists. I think that what you hear is vulnerability, and I think that that is something that really penetrates to the heart and to the soul. So you can really hear that.
So what we're going to do right now, Toy, is we're going to take a break. But before we take that break, can you share your website and your social media platforms so that folks can follow you?
Yes, so you can follow me on Facebook at Toy Taha, Instagram Toy Taha, Twitter is Toy Taha Music, and then I have an official website which is toytaha.com. So that's where you can locate me, and the music is on all digital platforms.
And folks, you can follow the Urban Influencer. You can go to their website, theurbaninfluencer.com. If you're into music, and we hope you are, if you're watching this show, you got to be into music. They have all the charts, the soul charts, the UK charts, the hip hop charts, the gospel charts, the R&B, the Southern soul charts. They got it all. But check them out. The urbaninfluencer.com. That's a tongue twister. And then follow them on all social media platforms as well. When we come back, we're going to talk more with Toy and find out what's really going down. So come on back. It's the Urban Influencer, your man Finesse of Soul on Soul with Finesse, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Urban Influencer. My special guest is Toy Taha. I'm your host, Finesse Demps of Soul on Soul with Finesse. And by the way, you can follow Soul on Soul with Finesse on all social media platforms. And remember, Finesse is spelled with the PH. Now, Toy, let me ask you. We know you're an independent artist. There is a lot of things that come with being an independent artist. Let me ask you this first question. Why be an independent artist? Why not try to do these local talent shows to get signed or stuff like that? Why stick to being an independent artist?
I think first and foremost, it's probably, well, for me, it would be just having total control over my brand and my sound. And that's probably at the top for me, as far as, because labels, they do want to control the image, control, what you release, when you release it. That's a big thing, right? So as an independent artist, you can, put it out when you want to, you can say what you want to, it's, having that uncensored quality. And that's really important for me, because I personally, I don't know, but I don't care for that stifled feeling, or having to maybe answer to someone else about my art. That could change one day, maybe, my wants and needs could change, but for now, I think that indie is the way to go. It is a lot of hard work. Everything is solely on you, but if you find a good team and bring people in who really care about your art as much as you do, and that you can trust, I think that it can work, well and seamlessly.
All right. It's interesting. I heard you say uncensored. Now,
Yeah.
one of the things, we live in a day and age where people can say anything they want to, but is that really a good thing? There are some stations that hold off on it. They want clean versions, and then there's pushback on that. Is that necessarily a good thing, to be able to just say whatever we want, and that radio stations should be forced to play it?
Well, I don't think that the radio stations can be forced to play it, because I have seen some of the DJs that have played my music. They are vocal about receiving clean versions, and they don't want the explicit versions, because they don't want to have to keep beeping out or buzzing out the words. But I'm saying, as far as me personally, I like to listen to uncensored music, because I think that that's the way the artist has intended for it, however they put it out. But, naturally with radio, if you're trying to go for a wider range of people, you're going to have the clean version,
I
and
think too, in other countries, they don't allow that to be heard as well. I think a lot of artists don't understand that. Other
yes,
countries will censor you and the station if they send or play music that's not censored.
right. So, for instance, I have a song that's called X, and there is one particular word in that is bleeped out, and so that would be on the clean version. But if you get my album, the EP in full, then it is explicit. And so I personally like to listen to my music uncensored. I like to listen to other artists' music uncensored, but it's totally understandable for radio.
And so let me ask this question: you're an independent artist, and it's good to hear that you do listen to rules and regulations that stations put out.
Yeah.
How important is it for artists to understand rules and regulations?
I think that it is important, but at the same time, as an artist, you want to push boundaries and you want
Mm,
to, do your thing the way feel. So,
mm,
I mean, it is important to follow rules and regulations. I mean, everything in life has rules and regulations. So, but if you want to really push the envelope and push boundaries and, all of that kind of stuff, then, it's I think a battle of finding, something in between, finding, that fine line.
mm. What can us as radio show producers, uh, hosts, and internet radio stations, and even terrestrial radio stations, what can we do better to assist independent artists like yourself?
I would say
Keep it clean, Toy. Keep it
no,
clean.
no, I'm going to keep it clean. But I would say just accept the artists as they are.
Mm,
You know, it's a lot of critical, criticism is what I would say. It's a lot of criticism. And if something is just not for you, then it's just not for you. I recently had a discussion where I was trying to explain, how versatility is something that's important for me to include in my body of work, and that I am capable of, writing pop records and country records and R&B and soul, and you can even hear some jazz and hip hop in there. But someone said to me, so that's more experimental. And I was like, no, it's not exactly experimental because, I'm doing it. I'm not trying to find my way. I'm not
right.
trying to figure out how to do it. So that was probably the most criticism that I received this time around. So I don't know. I would just say, what the artist is telling you, this is what they're doing and this is who they are. I would just say accept it.
Toy, I've spoken to you a few times uh, on the radio side I had you on before for radio,
Mm.
and then when we have our private meetings on Mondays with people in the industry. One thing I've noticed, and it came up, you are naturally shy. So
Yes.
for and I gotta ask this question because there's so many talented shy artists that are poets, that are singers. What advice can you give them to come out of their shell and share their art? What advice would you give
Um, Personally, I would just say just do it. Because yes, fear and anxiety is definitely something that's in the background for me, especially doing the live performances, which I just began last year as a solo artist. I performed, prior to that, but it's been in choirs or I had a girls group when I was younger, and we would perform and things like that. But as a solo artist, is very different. It's just you. All eyes are on you, and so yes, in that aspect, I am shy. As well as when I'm first sharing the original music, and it's kind of like, oh my God, what are they going to think? That whole kind of thing. But gratefully, the music has been received well. So I would just tell other artists who may be battling with the same, shyness or fear or anxiety, just do it.
Can you talk about, you shared it with us once before in the meeting, but there was an experience that you were forced to go and perform. Can you share that with everyone?
Yes, so one of my dear friends who is a professional musician, and he is the drummer for Kindred the Family Soul. Basically, he sent me a flyer, for an open mic event. And I'm thinking, okay, he's sending me it for, me to watch everybody and just enjoy the show. And he's like, no, they need to hear you. And so I was like, oh no, it's no way I can get up there. And that was actually my first time on stage as a solo artist. And I sang Mary J. Blige, I Can Love You. And I think that it was a good response, but for me, it was all a blur. I don't remember anything about it. And my mother was there watching, but she was so shocked that she didn't even press record. So I have no, I have
No
no
video.
footage of, because
Mhm.
I do like to watch myself back only so that I can see where I can improve, because I hate saying it at this point, but I am a perfectionist, because some people misconstrue that. And when you tell people you are a perfectionist, sometimes they think, oh, that means she thinks she's perfect. But it's actually the opposite. I know that I'm not perfect, but what can I do to the best of my ability to keep on improving to where it's perfection to my standards? And I think that that's the best way I can explain it. But yeah, just being pushed in like that because I thought that, okay, I'm just going to watch, everybody. But he's like, no, you have to be heard. And, I think that people need to hear you. And I'm like, oh my God. And then so I'm thinking, okay, well, if not now, then when? So I just did it. And then after that, I tried to go back weekly and get more acclimated and more comfortable on the stage. I'm still, battling some nervous energy when I get up there. But then I think when the music starts and when I start singing, I don't think you can hear it as much anymore.
Well, first of all, I want to say, when we bring you down for the mixer, ladies and gentlemen, that is coming to mixer. You will not be shy, and I'm gonna make sure I call you out if you are. But
don't do that. Don't call me out. That'll make me even more nervous.
all right, I promise. Wink, wink. You know what? We're gonna take a break, because when we come back, we're gonna talk about perfection in her music. She has, and I'm gonna tell you this now, Toy. I have to do my year-end report of the hottest songs, and I have 5 to choose. Your song is one of my 5.
Oh my
I
God.
listen to a lot of music, but that song, I wish I could say what I want to say, but I get in trouble. That song is dope. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
Thank
folks,
you so much. Thank
you
you.
gotta come back. You gotta hear this song. We're gonna talk about her project, and then we're gonna play the song. You know what it is. It's the Urban Influencer right here on YouTube. It's always going down. We got all the soul, and we're keeping you soul connected. I'm your host, Finesse, Soul on Soul with Finesse. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's the Urban Influencer. You know how we do. We're bringing you the best with soul music and soul interviews with some great artists. My guest today is Miss Toy Taha. She is in my top 5 with her latest song. We're about to get into it, but first let's talk about this project. Toy, tell us about this project you have out now.
Thank you. So I have out the project that's called 8, and the lead single is Sweet Effects, and the second single actually was 8. I'm sorry, it's actually X. And so what happened was, so many DJs started playing Lovin' on Me. And I'm like, no, 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 that's not the single. But
How you gonna tell us? How you gonna tell us what to play, Toy? How you gonna tell us what to play?
that goes back to what we were talking about before. This is what I'm saying. Okay, Sweet Effects is number 1 and X should be number 2. But everybody taught me that it's what they want to listen to. So after Sweet Effects, we had Lovin' on Me that really took off. And that was like, wow, I never envisioned so many people loving that record, because I wrote that just as like an opener to the EP, and it's an inspirational track. So it's like there's so many people really enjoy that. It's like mind-boggling and mind-blowing to me, but I really, really appreciate that. So eight. I named it eight because I had taken an 8-year hiatus between this project and the first project. So when I started writing everything and introducing it, I was writing my debut. And so a lot of people thought, oh, she's a new artist. She's just coming out and, that kind of thing. So I said, okay, I'll explain it, because I took off so much time. But in that time frame, I basically worked on me and kept on creating, of course, but I switched my track, which was my career in kinesiology, to nursing. So I am a nurse, but of course music is my first love, my passion, my everything. And so that's eight, and it's out right now. It's been doing pretty good, and I think that the three, well, you know what, I can't say three favorites because so many people tell me different records are their favorites. So it's really just something I'm grateful for, that people are connecting with all of the music, because it is different genres on the EP. I have one song that's more like R&B soul, then there's one that's like midnight soul, which is like one of my favorites. And then we have
Whoa, what's Midnight Soul?
midnight soul. We're talking about like sensual music, quiet storm.
So you know what, you're gonna get somebody in trouble. You're gonna get somebody on child support, Toy. Stop it.
Not child support. So that would be Space and Time. So that record is a mature record and it's for adults. So then we have, the pop record, which is X and Love Bomb. They both have like dance hall and reggae undertones. And then we have Heartstrings, which is more of a contemporary piece and is really emo, really emotional. And I don't listen to that record often at all because of that. And then the final, which is Collapsed, and that's a cinematic piece, and it's orchestral, and you can hear undertones of like Roman cathedral music, and I'm singing operatic and operatic inflections in the backgrounds. And so I think that I wanted to release something that could show all of the, facets and genres that I could touch on. And I didn't touch on everything on this project. I do like to write country music too. So that, is definitely waiting in the wings.
Wait a minute. You just said you got a piece that's operatic. Do you or have you been trained in opera?
I have not been trained. However, classical music is something that I do enjoy, and I do enjoy singing opera. So if you ever listen to Collapsed, that is me singing opera in the background.
Oh, that's dope. That's what's up.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about this hot single you have out right now. Tell us the story behind it.
So Sweet Effects, which is the lead single from 8, basically I wanted to write a song to empower women sensuality, not sexuality, but sensuality. And I wrote that song and recorded it after an extended period of celibacy. And so when I wrote it, I knew that it was going to be something that was passionate, something that was mature content. And yeah, I think that a lot of people are connecting with that music. And, from what I hear, everybody has their own interpretation of it. And so that makes me proud, because that's what music is. And, it can mean something to me, but if you listen, you may hear something completely different. So. That's
I
sweet.
think it's a dope record, and you are really dope with the pen. Man, I commend you.
Thank you.
Excellent work, excellent project. I gotta go back and really listen to it again.
Yeah.
Because I may have missed the opera part in and out of my office doing whatever, but you got a dope project. I want people to really go out and check it out. It's on all digital platforms. But what we gonna do? You know how I like to do, y'all folks. It's finesse. I got you. I'm gonna make Toy introduce this song. Y'all gotta hear this song.
All
And
right.
then let me know what your thoughts are. So, Toy, the floor is yours.
Okay. Hey, you guys, this is Toy Taha, and you are now listening to my new song, Sweet Effects.
We'll see you after this.
I can build a fire, but
Welcome back, the urban influencer, soul on soul with finesse, wrapping things up with my girl Toy. Toy, I just don't know what to say. Wait, I do know what to say. Where's the video, man?
Oh my gosh. I keep getting that request. However, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do a video for it.
I need a video so I can put it on our video channel. Come on. You how you gonna make a song like that? No, Toy.
Trust
Don't
me.
make me come to Philly. I got family.
I have a treatment in my mind for it, but I don't know if everybody is ready for that. No,
So I think I'm just kidding. So I think you full of crap. I want my video, man. Stop playing with us.
But you know what? I think that I may have to do that if, you know, eventually, but I'm already creating new music, so I'm kind of like,
I don't want to talk about no new music. I ain't talking to you about new music. I'm talking about this video. Where the video, man? Stop talking about new music. I don't want cut the video. No, I'm sorry.
It's not.
All right. Well, we gonna hold you to it now.
Okay, we shall see. I'm not promising, but we shall see what happens.
All right. So, folks, this is what I want you to do. Hit her up on all her social media platforms and just bomb it with video requests, because I see she's trying to get out of this, and I'm not gonna let that. As a matter of fact, when I finish this interview, I'm going straight to her social media. I'm like, where the goddamn video? Watch, you'll see.
Oh man, I don't know what to say.
I like it like that. Anyway, Toy, you know, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. You're such a great music artist and an example for other music artists to follow. So I wish you the best. And, you know, anytime, you always welcome on Soul with Finesse and the Urban Influencer. All right.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Appreciate you. That's going to do it for this edition of the Urban Influencer. Check us out again with another great episode with more great artists. You know how we do. We keep you so connected. So until the next time, I'm out of here. Peace.
Half a billion a spot, no, we pop. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. Grew up, we was dead broke. Can't tell us that, cause in our mind, bitch, we had hope. Many, plenty nights we took a shower, ain't half soap. And I thought the house we lived was haunted, cause we had ghosts. Food, but we had toast. Had to play the handout. Shit that I felt, I'll make sure my sons never felt. Niggas faking phony, switch your homies, I'ma keep it real. Gamble with your life, I pay the price, it probably get me killed. Spit it like I got a deal. Grind it like I'm supposed to. While I'm in the process, I'm losing people I'm close to. Niggas backbiting, there's nothing for me to go shoot. I ain't gotta tell you, it's easy for me to show you. I cut them out, Pro Tools. All I know is win, no, I ain't never meet defeat. Keep a fall, be right beside me, he gon' weed up all the beef. Niggas talking on my name, I like to keep that shit the street. Young nigga coming up, I'm from the bottom of the street. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'll take the way I live, but I'm caught up in this life. Now I know how Marv felt on that night that he lost kite. Your day we work construction, how we playing with these pipes. In my mind we was wrong, but I know we did it right. Streets listen when I talk, they understanding me. My boss fresh, I'm big timing like Manny B. And just one day in my shoes, you lose your sanity. I'm cool with strangers, I got ops and they family. That shit crazy, gotta keep a 380 to move around. Mr. Motion's got my eye in the clouds and she looking down. When you aiming at his legs, I'm vouching, he skip around. Niggas think I'm running up, I promise to sit him down. Hate the players when you should've hate the game, homie. I put my mans on some pussy and then he changed on me. Fuck the scope, I'm good when I got some range on me. Crash quick when you coming in my lane, homie. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I'm from the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. From the bottom of the streets. I need you to feel what I'm saying, nigga. Vision what I'm saying. It's all facts. From the bottom.
Want me to cross my heart and ride or die, but lately I've been hard to find. You know you've been on my mind, but I ain't loving if you lasting. I find it hard cause I be crushing. You want it all out in the open, baby. Would you wait for me? Cause I'm not sure if you're made for me. And will you choose to love faithfully? And will you choose to love all of me? You want me by your side. You say I'm just your type, cause you ain't know I was a babe. You say you done messing with average. Are you gonna let me have it? And he just wanna love me some days, and I just wanna love him one day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday. I wouldn't want it any other way. He just wanna love me some days, and I just wanna love him one day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I wouldn't want it any other way. I know you calling, I don't answer. It's not like I don't love you. Girl, I've been working so much, cause I wanna give you so much. Girl, the love you give's more than average. I'm lucky just to have you. Girl, you can love me any day, cause I know what it is. Every day you love me, I feel brand new.
any other way.